In this video, I'll show you how to take a sample for testing for AFB or EFB, which is American foul brood or European foul brood. For this test, this was under the National Apiculture Programme, and they needed a sample of honey, brood and pollen, as well as bees. So here I select a honey frame. I shake the bees off the top, and they have supplied a little spoon and a tube to put the honey into. I simply fill the tube with the honey as best I can and put the lid on. Then I look into the brood box to find a suitable frame of brood. This frame looked very good because it had open and closed brood. So I shake the bees off and lie it flat on top of the hive. The sample that I was given needed to be more than 5 centimeters square and less than 10 centimeters square. So I selected a part of the frame that wouldn't use the comb that was embedded in the wire. You can see that I have the ruler just to make sure that I have the minimum quantity. And I have a very sharp knife, which is useful when you're trying to cut through the wax. I was very careful to select brood that did not have the wire of the foundation through it, and that meant that I could just push the brood out the other side and I have my sample very easily. I can put this sample into the box that they have provided. And then I simply put the frame back into the hive. The bees will fill the hole with wax and brood again. Now that I've collected the brood, I go in search of pollen. Sometimes you can find the pollen close to the brood nest. Here I have found pollen that's with honey. I'm going to take a sample of the pollen, first by shaking all the bees off, and again using the sharp knife, finding an area that doesn't have the wire through it. Sometimes that's not always possible, but again I'm taking a minimum of 5 centimeters and a maximum of 10 centimeters. Then I put that in the box that's marked pollen. That's all the sample I need from the hive, so I close them back up, and next I need to take a sample of bees. The last part of this test is to close up the hive and take a sample of bees. To take a sample of bees, I find the easiest way is to hold a plastic bag in front of the hive and allow flying bees to fly into the plastic bag. For this test, we needed about 100 bees. And then I simply colour coordinate the hive so that I know this hive was the one that the yellow sample came from. When I'm finished taking my samples, I put all the samples into the freezer. This kills the bees immediately. This is the brood sample. You can see open and closed brood. And this is the pollen sample. Like I said, the bees go straight into the freezer.